Old Oswestry Hill Fort in Shropshire. Now, people have been using this hilltop as far back as the Neolithic period, right through to the Romans and on to the Anglo Saxons. But the main settlement here dates to the late Bronze Age and Iron Age. And stone axes and flint tools prove that the hill was first occupied in the Neolithic period. And the settlement appears to have been surrounded by some sort of palisade or fence. And the actual hill fort with its ramparts was built and occupied during the Iron Age. And it is one of the best preserved hill forts in Britain. And the hilltop was splattered with stone curbed roundhouses, all from early Iron Age. And each roundhouse was built using wooden posts with wattle and door walls. Now, there is evidence of an Iron Age settlement and field systems nearby, and it's very possible that the old Oswestry was a place of refuge for the outlying population at times of conflict. And Britain was divided into numerous tribal territories in the Iron Age, and this hill fort remained in use for almost 1,000 years. And these massive multiple ramparts must have been a formidable obstacle to any attackers, but they may also have been built for the purpose of display, and it must have looked very impressive back in the day. Now, they reckon the two innermost ramparts were the first to be built in the early Iron Age, and they enclose the whole hilltop. Also, the hill fort was incorporated into an earthwork known as Wat's Dyke. Now, Wat's Dyke is one of a number of linear earthworks on the Welsh borders, and is similar to the longer Offa's Dyke, which is massive. And this was probably built by King Offa in the 8th century, although some people think it's much older. And apparently the alignment of Wat's Dyke to the hill fort is almost unswerving, and it aims straight for the massive feature of the defensive prehistoric hill fort. Unlike Offa with his dyke, Wat's Dyke is not known. It's not known to be an historical figure, and recent dating evidence suggests that Wat's Dyke was probably built sometime before Offa's Dyke. It may have been an earlier border. Now, Old Oswestry was one of the largest of the forts within the territory of the Celtic Guinevere tribe. And King Owain Thangwyn was a chieftain of the Guinevere tribe who lived around Vericonium Roman city around AD 500. And his battle name was Arth, meaning the bear. Now, could this have been King Arthur of legend? Apparently, the ancient name for Old Oswestry Hill Fort is Caer Ogrifam, which translates as the city of Gogrifan, and Gogrifan was a legendary father of the Lady Guinevere, therefore father-in-law of King Arthur. And it is said to have been the birthplace of Queen Guinevere. And it's also thought the hill fort was probably the last final stand by Cinderlan, who was the last descendant of the historical Arthur to rule in Shropshire. And 10th century records are said to show that the Saxon king Oswy defeated Cinderlan in 658 AD. And the fort seems to have been deserted sometime during the Roman period, or most of the Roman period. But due to its importance, it was reoccupied by the Anglo Saxons.